Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Della Cruz. Today we're putting the spotlight on teen schools in Newark. It's a network of KIPP schools, or Knowledge is Power programs. Ryan Hill is the founder and executive director. He's also the founding principal of Team Academy Charter School. It is the first KIPP school in New Jersey. And Ryan, welcome. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We say charter. Is there a difference between charter and public schools?
Charters are a subset of public schools. So charter schools are public. We get public funding. We accept any student who comes through our doors and who wins the lottery. But the big difference between us and a district public school is we're not part of a district. And so what that means is we have the autonomy to kind of design our own program. The teachers get to decide what to teach, the principals get to decide what the school-wide systems are and that sort of thing. And so we don't have kind of the district mandates to work within. And so in exchange for that freedom, we have a lot of accountability on our shoulders as well. And so it's really, charter schools are public schools, but we exchange accountability for freedom.
We know we've done a couple of stories on charter schools in Newark, and we have quite a few there too. How does one become a charter school?
Well, you have to go through a long application process. It starts with a paper application, and then there's an interview process and that sort of thing. So back in 2001, or yeah, I guess it was 2001, I wrote a charter along with the help of some other people, including some people from KIPP. And you have to have a parent from New Jersey, a teacher from New Jersey, and then one other person as the founder. And so with a group of 3 people and a couple board members, we applied to the state, and we had KIPP's help in kind of putting together the application, finding a facility, hiring teachers, and recruiting kids.
That is an awesome responsibility.
Yeah.
You used to teach in New York public schools, correct?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the history and mission behind starting this teen school network and why you felt that important.
Right. Well, I was teaching in a public school in Washington Heights in New York, and the school was just failing its students. I saw all kinds of potential, great teachers in the school, but the kids just weren't doing well. And a lot of it was because of the administrative kind of burden that was on the school. And so I had heard of good charter schools that were really serving the kids well, and everybody kept pointing me towards KIPP when I was asking, you know, who should I be looking toward as an example. And so I went to KIPP and to the founders of KIPP and said, how do I start a KIPP school? And they said, apply for our fellowship program, which is basically a year of training. And they trained me, supported me in opening the school, and then we're kind of on our own to run the school after that. So that's kind of how we got started. And then we opened the school in 2002, Team Academy. And then 4 years later, we opened another middle school because the parental demand was so great for more charter schools. And so, 2002 we opened Team. 4 years later we opened Rise Academy. That's our second KIPP school. And last year we opened a high school, Newark Collegiate Academy, to serve the kids from those 2 middle schools.
Congratulations on all of those schools.
Thank you.
We have some video of an English class, correct, taught by Lauren Bassey.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me about that. And tell me also, who gets to attend charter schools and by extension, team schools?
So any kid who, we have a lottery process. So when I said win the lottery, I mean that very literally. And in the kind of more traditional sense of winning the lottery too, our kids do win the lottery because they get to have teachers like Lauren Bassey, who's this amazing teacher who had also taught in the South Bronx actually. And when her principal, Drew Martin, walked into her classroom in the South Bronx, he just said, "This is amazing. We have to get this teacher." And so he recruited her. She came and taught in the school, and as you can see, she's just incredible.
When you say you develop your own curriculum, what are you looking for that you want to teach the kids that you don't feel like they're getting in public schools?
Well, it's not that they're not getting it in the traditional public schools. We have just way more time in class to cover a much broader scope of curriculum. And so our kids go to school from 7:30 to 5 every day. And in terms of curriculum, we do follow the state standards, but there are a lot of things that either a lot of our kids didn't get in their previous school for whatever reason, or that we just feel they need to know in terms of life lessons and that sort of thing. And so the curriculum is the teachers determine what they believe our kids need to know in order to be successful in high school and to get them ready for college. And it's really reverse engineered from college readiness.
How many students do you have attending your schools? How many teachers? So what's the ratio?
So in our 3 schools, we have about 800 students and about 100 staff, and maybe 60 or 70 of them are teachers. The student-teacher ratio is something like 16 to 1 or something like that. Classes are actually relatively big, but because the teachers are so high quality, there aren't problems in the classes as a result of the class size. And so, yeah. So anyway, so as you can see in the video that was going on before, that's the high quality teaching is really where we put our hope for our kids.
And it sounds like the schools are achieving exactly what you have in mind for them.
They're doing well so far.
We have a lot more to talk about too, Ryan, don't we? So stay with us. Next, we will talk with the director of Teen Through College. We'll be right back here on Spotlight New Jersey.